Hello, I am Take 3 Genzaki, and this is the Midnight Gaming Podcast. We got the minions, as always, Eddie Phoenix.
Captain Timo on duty.
We call him
And
Dog Breath.
the one, the only, the original Bulbasac. I'm sorry again. Your plan when it was in the infancy to kill the first minion by having him drink himself to death didn't work out exactly as planned. But I'm here.
That was acid. Or was it? I always get acid and maple syrup mixed up.
Oh, I
Damn it,
thought you
Jen.
wanted to go to Club Acid. Sorry.
Oh, yes. This happens. Anyway, we're going to talk news, and everyone in the room dies later. Except, well, yeah, even me. Jesus can come back in 3 days, so can I.
Actually, it takes us 7 days to come back, so.
I'm still
Hey,
better than Jesus.
I was just gonna go to Club Acid. They were having an orgy tonight, so.
I'm still better than Jesus. He never existed.
We'll get into that.
I'm picking.
Don't mess with the history, boys. You can believe what you want religion wise, but don't mess with the historians.
In interesting gamer news, polls have found that there are now more online or more mobile gamers than there are core gamers, aka PC and console. And I can kind of understand this. The iPhone is really good for cheapo games for killing time.
You also know why this is the case?
The DS is awesome.
Everybody, huh?
The DS is awesome.
No, I was going to say everybody has a cell phone.
Yeah, that too. And everyone's cell phone is a smartphone now, unless they're a soldier and they have a Nokia.
Or unless your phone is sitting on your desk and is dying.
Yeah, that.
I
that
want
too.
you to live. Why can't you live?
CPR. Give it CPR. Yeah, but I think another part has to do with if you're a console gamer, chances are you'll also fall into the category of mobile gamer. Just because of the whole, I have just about every console. I also have DS, iPod, all the fun stuff.
I can't afford an iPod, so screw it.
Weird thing is, the older I've gotten, the less mobile game wise I've gotten. I can't explain how that correlation works. Used to be I'd play mobile games a lot, but now it's just if I want to play a game, I just want to sit down and play a game.
Yeah, same here. It's just if a game's only available mobile, I'm playing it. I'm playing it mobile. Like I'm currently playing Pokemon Conquest. In a couple months, I'll be playing Persona 4: The Golden. I just play the game where it's available, and yeah, tend to play most of my handheld consoles with them plugged right into a wall.
Yeah, because you don't want them to die, like, mid-fight or something, or,
Exactly.
because it gets annoying having to just sit, and then like, oh crap, I gotta find my charger. Nah, panic, and then plug in the wall.
Which is why it's nice that the DS has the ability to close it and then wait until...
Go to standby.
Exactly. Wii U prices have been leaked, supposedly. Looks like we're getting a $250 starting price for the standard bundle. Nice.
You know what? I kind of like that. I
It's
think
what
that was about roughly where we were looking.
Yeah, we were looking between the 200, 250 range. And it looks like they nailed it on the head. That is a great price.
Plus, they'll probably have some deal for those who are going to trade in the Wii, move their stuff from the Wii to the Wii U. So that's going to make it even cheaper for us.
Exactly. Looks like $299 or $300 for and a $350 price range. I'm assuming those are game bundles and or extra controller bundles. The $350 is probably the second controller.
I think with this one, normally I would try to get max controllers, but I think with this one, I'm just fine with having one gamepad controller. I have my Wii controllers. I have a Pro controller. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
No need for all of that unnecessary stuff when it's just, hey
Yeah.
guys, just bring your remotes and I've got the tablet. Shut
I
up, we
don't
don't
know
have
what
5 players
yeah.
anyway.
I don't know what the starting lineup is for the Wii U quite yet. We're probably gonna have to hear more about it in the next few months.
Mhm.
Actually, we're
I
gonna
don't
find out next week.
I don't know what I would like to get for uh in
Pikmin.
the starting lineup. A lot of the games that I know I've heard about, have already been out on other systems, and if I'm going to play them, I'm probably going to play them on Xbox 360. I'm sorry. Um, there's very few right now that are seeming like they're going to be launch titles that I'll probably go for. Right now, the only one I'm thinking of is going to be a launch title. I might get the new Sega racing game.
That's it. No
I
Zombie
don't know what's
U.
coming. Oh yeah, Zombie U definitely.
You
And
got Zombie U.
Pikmin.
You got New Super Mario
Pikmin.
Brothers Wii U. You've got Pikmin 3. You've got freaking,
But with New Super Mario Brothers U, there's no point in. I got New Super Mario Bros. Wii because hey, multiplayer playthrough. I don't play Mario that much single player. I'm sorry. So for me at the moment, it's not a big deal.
Completely agree.
We'll find out everything next week. It'll be on the 13th, which is Thursday, so woot.
Phoenix Wright fans are going to be glad to know that we're getting Ace Attorney 5,
Yes.
which is nice because we missed out on Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Damn you, Japan. But
I
anyway,
didn't
new
play
That's
Ace
Phoenix
Attorney,
Wright
so
game.
I'm a fan
What?
of the Phoenix Wright series, so
They're fun. Nice
Yeah.
way to kill a waiting room visit.
mhm.
Um, Plants vs. Zombies 2 announced. It's going to have multiplayer.
I am so happy to see that Plants vs. Zombies 2 got announced. I love Plants vs. Zombies 1.
Now, we don't know if that multiplayer is going to be in a competitive fashion, but we do, from screenshots, we know it's going to be in a co-op fashion.
Yeah, and there's 6 lanes now, so you get 3 lanes each, and it's coming out late spring of next year.
Can you play it wirelessly? Like connecting, I can
More
play
than
it
likely.
online. Okay.
That would be
From-
my guess. That would be the smartest way to do it.
They'll
Eddie
probably
Phoenix
launch it
co-op.
on PC first, but yeah, it'll probably get DS release and all that stuff, and most
Oh,
likely.
oh no, I play it on PC.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Good,
thinking
good.
Eddie co-op.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more co-op, like same computer co-op in PC games, which is weird because that used to be non-existent, and now there's a ton of it.
Well, the reason why is it's very troublesome.
Yeah,
Unless you have two people with controllers, you know,
you've got to use two halves of a keyboard.
and that's
which
not
is-
fun at all.
Exactly. I've seen a couple games that did that, but luckily they were lower. You needed to use less buttons, so not a huge problem.
Alright.
Darksiders 2 leads the August sales, which is quite the achievement in a game where very little was released. Go Darksiders 2.
It deserves
give-
it. Have fun.
I give it this because Darksiders 2 came out during a month where it's almost dead. And I mean, you're going against Madden. That's your only fucking competition. If you can't beat Madden, then, well, you kind of don't deserve to be coming out in August.
Actually, beating Madden is quite the feat. Because Madden gets all of those sport frat boy sales.
Yeah.
Well, I have to hand it to THQ for figuring out the best time to release this, because if they would have released it in these upcoming months, it would have been completely drowned out. So good for THQ.
Exactly. Because, especially with the reviews that are coming back on it, it's an okay game, not great, which is kind of sad because the first game was, everyone thought it was an okay game, and then it turned into a great game. So, Epic Games has opened a studio in Seattle so they can begin working on the Unreal 4 engine.
They already have work on the Unreal 4 engine. They're just having it to where
Well,
they
yeah.
can work on it.
Focus on it.
Yes.
Which is great, I guess. I'm still fine with the Unreal 3 engine. We're still getting great games out of it, but plan for the future. And
Yep,
obviously they
indeed.
are. The Vita is soon to receive a homebrew hack that doesn't allow for piracy, which is all well and good, but as soon as someone gets hold of it, they're going to make the version that allows for piracy. That's
So it's like,
what
hey,
happens every time.
so it's like, hey, we'll release this homebrew to where you can't have piracy. Well, guess what? I'm just gonna make it to where, coding wise, you can. So why release it anyway?
Well, the reason to release it is because people like homebrew. That just the original developer doesn't support piracy. Eventually, they're going to, because this
Yep.
isn't a Sony thing. This is a hacking group making the Vita. It's jailbreaking essentially,
Hmm.
which is fine. Um, but of course, piracy is soon to come to that, which isn't so bad because, as we've mentioned before, not a lot of games to pirate. Sorry.
Hmm.
Square Enix has trademarked Circle of Mana, so Bulbasac is going to be happy. Hopefully.
I'm just happy. I mean, I'm not a diehard Mana fan, but I've been kind of lamenting that Square Enix tends to give a shaft to its lesser series, not the very popular ones, but the ones that have a dedicated fan base. They focus on. Okay, I'll give it this. Uh, I forgot the name of it, which is horrible. Um, I
This
know.
is why we clone them. They get
This is
bigger
why we
brains
clone them
each
because
time.
we lose our memory after a while. I'll go. While Dragon Quest does have a dedicated fan base that follows it around, Final Fantasy at this point really doesn't. I mean, they're really right now. Square Enix is trying to milk its two main franchises for all it's worth, and it has all these little smaller franchises that have just as dedicated a fan base as Dragon Quest, if not more. We have not seen a mana game since the DS first came out, and even then, it was not a traditional mana game.
And also, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to this trademark of the Circle of Mana, all they could really be doing is just buying up the trademark so that no one else can use it.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that they will actually sit down and make the game Circle of Mana.
That's my fear because I'm also getting flashbacks to the Chrono Break scenario where they
Yeah.
trademarked, they copyrighted the name for years, and that got fans up, and the game just never appeared. I still hope for Chrono Break to come out, but at least as a little bit. I'm looking at this as maybe a bright sign that maybe Square Enix is going to be focusing on some of its smaller series, and we just won't get Final Fantasy flooded. Hope this is a good sign.
Don't bank on it. Final Fantasy 15's coming.
Well, I know it's coming, but instead of just doing all these little Final Fantasy games, it's nice to know that they're still working on these other series that tend to be better gameplay and story wise.
And right after Final Fantasy 15, we're going to get Final Fantasy 16, another
More than
shitty
likely.
MMO.
Hopefully not the MMO. I really hope they go back to the roots. I really
maybe it's
do.
just me. Maybe it's just the fact that they flood the market with so many Final Fantasies. Did I miss 14 at some point?
14's an MMO, and it's a bad MMO.
Okay, that explains why I missed it.
Yeah, it went free to play, and then they made a massive update and tried to make it pay to play again, which is one thing you can never do. You can never make that shift again.
Yeah. Dear Square Enix, how to make it? If you want a Final Fantasy game that everybody will flock to again, focus on the story like you did in the Golden Age.
And also make a good story, because you can claim that really Final Fantasy 13 was story focused because it definitely wasn't gameplay focused, and it still sucked.
See, the thing is, I got into an argument with a guy down on campus because he said that the game wasn't linear. All it did was just close the where you're able to go out and expand more, being able to go out and go around more and do more things. Yeah, it made it fucking linear.
That's the very definition of linear gameplay.
The guy's a dumbass and doesn't realize it.
Linear, go from point A to point B.
Yep. And that's Final Fantasy 13. Point A is the beginning, point B is the end.
All they did was just made it to where you can't go out and expand and explore more. It's like, yeah, that's fucking making it linear. Jesus Christ, I just said that.
All right. Street Fighter Monopoly. That's it. Need for Speed Most Wanted is getting Kinect support.
Wait, that's all? You're not even going to say anything about Street Fighter Monopoly?
What is there to say? It's Street Fighter Monopoly.
I know, but it's just it seemed like you're a little whatever with the text.
Well,
I
yeah, I
mean,
just
there'll be various Monopoly games. People like various Monopoly games. I used to
exactly, which
collect
is I'm
Monopoly
pointing out
games.
that it exists and then moving on because I have nothing to say about it. I like Monopoly. I'll probably buy Street Fighter Monopoly, but I'll probably never play Street Fighter Monopoly.
Buy your Nintendo Monopoly, kids.
Got it.
I do too.
As I was saying, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Kinect support. Apparently, this is going to allow for voice-controlled modifications to your in-game car, and as it says in the note, Knight Rider
Dun, 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 dun,
kit.
dun, 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 dun,
There's no need
dun,
for
dun, dun,
Connect
dun,
support.
dun,
I don't know.
dun, dun,
I'm
dun,
okay with little bits of Kinect support like here because they have to validate the Kinect's existence.
What the hell are you gonna do with Connect support on this thing?
Let's say you don't want to press the nitrous button. Just say nitrous. Boom. Boosted. I don't know. That's that kind of thing. The
Yeah.
ability to tell your car to do stuff. Like, it's not going to be Kinect controlled, but it's going to be little things like that. I don't
It's stupid.
Well, yeah, but you can say the Kinect itself is stupid. You've got Gunstringer.
I can say that the Dance Central machine is stupid, so yes. Let's just try to knock off some of Nintendo's sales by making a freaking machine that's where it's Dance Central heavy.
And let's make a remake to a very popular game and make it completely unplayable.
Controller that looks like a sex toy.
Ooh, yum yum. So, we're talking about the PlayStation Move all of a sudden?
Yep.
We don't make lollipops. And then they made a lollipop. Having fun back there, Bulb?
Yes.
Killzone 1 is getting an HD re-release for the Killzone Trilogy PlayStation Network package. So if you like Killzone, there you go.
Okay.
I really, though, most people already, if you like Killzone, you've already got Killzone 2 and 3, so buying the package just to get 1 is kind of meh. Old adventure game by the name of Beneath a Steel Sky is getting a sequel if its Kickstarter hits $1 million. It has almost half of that already, which is awesome because Beneath a Steel Sky is one of the best examples of what a good adventure game is. Then again, I don't know if the market today really wants a good adventure game.
They probably do. It's just gotta, be good and original. But here's the thing that grabs me the most. If you've noticed, just here past recently, when did Kickstarters just all of a sudden just become the thing if you want something now?
About a year ago. That's pretty much when Kickstarter formed. They had the idea. Well, crowdsourcing, crowdfunding.
Yeah, it's just like it's a crazy idea, but it works.
Exactly.
Give me $1 million, I'll do this for you.
Exactly. It is rather awesome. Not much more to say about it. Cool game, possibly getting with that much money already. They're getting the sequel, and I will play it because I have Beneath a Steel Sky installed on my computer already. Beat it several times. Really fun. Really hard too. The GameStop CEO sat down to talk and gave up some plans for the retro game selling initiative. Said that it's online. It's going to be an online thing. You go to the GameStop store, you go to retro, and boom, your retro stuff. Though he also stated that when they mentioned this, they found out that GameStop's definition of retro and the consumer's definition of retro are about 10 years apart.
Really?
Yeah, they're suddenly needing to stock Saturn's, NES's, SNES's, Dreamcast, because when they were saying retro, they were talking Game Boy Advanced, GameCube, PS2, Xbox. They were thinking back one,
retro.
maybe 2 generations.
That's not retro.
Exactly.
That's just classic. I wouldn't even say classics.
That's just last gen. People are
Exactly.
still buying and playing last gen. You can still
Yeah.
play last gen on some of the current gen stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Though, based on pictures I saw, it looks like GameStop is interested in stocking a device called the Retro Duo, which is a console that plays NES and SNES games.
Well, yeah.
Although if you're a retro gamer, you probably already have an NES and an SNES. Sorry.
More
Well,
than
the
likely.
thing is, what if you wanted to bust into retro gaming, but you don't have it, or you don't want to buy both? Just get the Retro Duo and buy your games. So yeah,
That
it's
works.
yeah possibility. Um, More GameStop news. They're planning to start their own game streaming service similar to Netflix.
Wait. I just thought of this.
Mhm.
If you want to get into the retro gaming, and don't buy the Retro Duo, get your Wii, go on Virtual Console, buy your NES and SNES games.
Maybe they want the feel of the classic controller because the controller is pretty much just a repainted SNES controller.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you get one of the if you get the Wii the Wii controllers, you don't even have to go pro. The way they position all the buttons everything, it's basically to mimic the SNES controller.
Yeah, I've seen that. It is different enough that some people might not. I don't know. I'm just
You know what
giving
grabs
ideas.
me by the balls and just like shakes me to my freaking no wits end? Oh, let's just have just where this thing's where we can support everything because we want money. Yeah. Fucking stupid.
Well, that's what
That's what
GameStop
business
is.
is.
Yeah.
I know. Still, let's just do all this.
You
I
open a
hope he saves
business,
this
you want
rant
money.
for when we're making money off of this podcast. That way we can have him say it again before we siphon his paycheck.
We're not gonna make him. I can possibly honestly say this. I don't think we're gonna be getting big enough right now.
Of course not. It's a joke.
But I'll eat my words. I promise.
But like I said, GameStop thinking of their own little Netflix for games, but the support would be for PC, tablets, and smart TVs, so nothing for
Dicks.
consoles as of yet.
Dicks.
Eh, it'll happen eventually. As you said, they want the money, and they're also showing support for the Ouya console. And yeah, it's been a couple months now, and we haven't heard of any legal discourse with Ouya. Yay.
Next.
G4 is undergoing a reformat. What's with all the things we love disappearing? First we
It's
lose Game and or no, first we lose Nintendo Power. Now we're losing Game or G4 because the name might change, and they show cops for like 9 hours a day.
cops, cheaters, nothing we really care about.
I kind of hope they stop showing cheaters. That show's
I,
stupid.
I'm just thinking the only channel I know of to have successfully gone through a revamp where it revamped what it was
Sci-Fi?
doing. No, Sci-Fi completely failed.
I'm kidding.
I was going to say History Channel. They've been
History
kind of
Channel.
successful with that.
History Channel. Is that the Nazi and War channel?
No, that's H2 now.
Oh.
History has been focusing more on reality shows that basically talks about where they'll bring up history about an item or whatever, and they're actually going to start going into actually scripted dramas now. History, I think
history dramas. Interesting.
Oh yeah, history. It's gonna be history dramas, scripted history dramas. I think History has been the only channel to successfully do that because nobody really cared in the first place,
Exactly.
and it's only upped its popularity. Sci-Fi tried it; they've alienated their fan base. G4 has alienated their fan base.
G4 alienated their fan base before doing it, though, so
Yeah.
maybe this is
All
right
the
idea.
music channels, same thing.
Yeah.
MTV did it before. MTV was doing it before Sci-Fi and all that. So.
MTV did it before it was cool. So
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't cool.
I'm just going to ask a question. Why is it with with cable channels whose main job is to specialize to a specific audience forgetting its audience. What's the deal with that? They're forgetting what they're about.
I don't know.
They do.
Well, actually, MTV, I think, did get its audience. They realized that their main audience is teenagers, and a lot of their shows are pandering to teenagers.
But the main purpose of MTV was actually about showing music videos 24/7.
Exactly, and they did work, but I guess they decided that their current path was more profitable, and the fact that they haven't gone back to the music videos kind of cements that point.
And
That's one
also,
of the shittiest fucking shows
Cartoon
we could
Network does not
possibly
show
find.
cartoons.
Wait a minute. When did this happen?
What?
Well, they
Cartoon
show
Network
cartoons.
stopped showing cartoons.
Oh, they still show cartoons, but they now have live action stuff, which is exactly the opposite of Cartoon Network.
When did this happen? The live action goes on,
Tsunami.
no, Nickelodeon.
Wait, it's
No,
been happening for a while, though.
there's live
There's a
action
few.
stuff on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I only accepted live action on Cartoon Network if it was, say, a special thing, like a special for Toonami or something. That's BS. The kids today are getting mentally raped.
You've got Adult Swim doing that, and plus you've got Level Up. Don't ask about Level Up.
I'm asking about Level Up. Nah.
What happens in Level Up stays in Level Up.
It's a thing where PC gamers' PC game comes to actual real life.
I don't want to know anymore.
Okay, so I said don't ask about it.
All right, moving on to the idiot corner. Because we talked about last week about the shutdown of City of Heroes because the developers are going bankrupt, so the company's shutting down. And the City of Hero gamers were not happy about this, so they decided to protest the shutdown of the game.
Today.
Brilliant move, guys.
They started early.
They can't afford to feed their families, and you're going to protest them to keep the servers up for your game. This is gamer entitlement in its purest form. These gamers are douchebags. Go and find a constructive way to do this. And like I said before the podcast, why not go to EA and say, we really love this game, buy the copyright, we'll show you how many people will get onto the server, we'll show you how many paying customers you will have, just keep this game running. That would have been more effective.
Yeah. EA seeing the money roll in.
Exactly.
I mean, here's
just
the
go
thing.
to any greedy game publisher and they're going to see dollar signs.
Activision.
Oh, you mean Blizzard?
Activision.
It's the same company, dude.
No, I still consider Blizzard to be a separate thing of it because
no, it's
Blizzard
the
was
same
better
company.
beforehand.
There was a merger.
Shush you! I don't care.
There's our Blizzard news for the day.
We got it in there somehow. Here's the thing. City of Hero people, number one, if you make the servers crash, they're going bankrupt. They're not going to bring it back up. Sorry, you just made it end earlier. Number two, you are really showing yourselves for the idiots you truly are, because there was a few months ago, there was another MMO that went down, that shut us down, and its community is showing you for what you really are, because they handled it in a much better manner. And that was when Star Wars Galaxies shut down. Of course, their developer, really helped tie everything together. But at the end, they were throwing parties. They were pretty much,
celebrating the game that once was.
Yeah, celebrating the game as a whole and spending time with people that they would probably never really see again as a community. And what you guys are basically, they spent the time bonding as a community one last time, where you guys instead are whining and complaining and going to bring your server down.
Dumbasses.
You're making Star Wars look good,
which is a hard thing to do. So congratulations. Slow clap. All right, and I believe Bulb has a little idiot corner story to tell us.
Oh yes, this has happened recently with YouTube. I've been for a while monetizing my videos mainly for the Final Fantasy Adventure Let's Play. I mean, it's not going to do much because no one really cares. But I mean, that's for another story. It's kind of like this podcast. But I got when you're uploading the video, you click I want this to be monetized. You go through the thing. It hasn't really been a problem. YouTube has monetized. It's kind of like an automatic process. Okay, and this is a let's play. It's a transformative. If you ask anybody who knows, it's a transformative product because you are playing the game yourself, and even that won't violate copyright because they still have to, if they want to play the game, get the game. And number two, you are uh, providing commentary, which completely changes it. So that's an original product. And YouTube really doesn't mind either way. They just mention in their stuff on monetization, will probably go better if it's kind of like walkthrough and you're showing stuff off instead of you just like, hey, play Dirty Dirt, kind of like those Minecraft videos or Call of Duty.
Yep.
So let's play. I tried it. I was showing stuff off. And unless you're like Chugga Conroy, you like to title each episode so it engages the viewer more. And
Leroy
normally the best way.
Jenkins.
Normally, the best way to do that is making a reference to something that happened in the video, making a pun, something. So, in this episode, I was going into this ice cave to fight the boss called Carry, Kary. So, of course, I had to make a pun in the title somehow. So I called it Carry Me Away.
Carry me home.
Somehow, my video got flagged. It's the only video in the series that have been flagged where YouTube's like, yeah, we think it violates copyright. Can you give us more of an explanation? And that's like, I pretty much provided the explanation, went into how it is a transformative work, which is protected under the Fair Use Act of the copyright law, U.S. copyright law, and also that I even went out of my way to show them probably how it got snagged in the first place, which is here's what I think happened. YouTube's automatic process thingamajigger saw Kary, Kary, and probably confused it with something. I'm guessing some singer or something.
There's no singer that I can at least recall that has the name of Kary.
I have no idea. Somehow I'm thinking the title snagged YouTube up where it's like, copyright. If you watch the video, there's nothing really going on. I am walking my stupid way through the dungeon, getting beaten by eyeballs, getting mad, and trying to kill them. That's a lot of the video.
YouTube doesn't like people getting mad anymore. Maybe that's why.
I mean, it's a pretty standard Let's Play walkthrough.
One of us.
So I sent in the thing. I have yet to see any action from YouTube to change it. It's still under review because I think that means actual people have to read now. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. I mean, it's
Someone
not a big
doing
deal.
work.
It's not a big deal, guys. Let's Play is such a big thing at this point that you really can't shut it down. And if you try to do whatever to my channel saying he's just a little guy, trust me, for a little guy, Eddie, I can probably pull some strings. I can probably start a movement on YouTube if I have to.
A little guy. Here's the thing. It's like one of those things where it's a little guy thing to where it doesn't matter.
There are a lot of little guys.
There are a lot of little guys, and then there are the big guys who like the little guys. They like seeing little guys succeed. Coming up.
Plus, and if the little guy's not succeeding, it could mean bad things for them in the future.
Exactly. I will admit there are going to be some little guy Let's Players, who probably would not take this up. But I am tenacious enough that if YouTube messes with me, I will bring up the case and I will send active messages to probably some of the big Let's Players, and I'll get them on my side. I will get their audiences on my side. I will find a way. And hey, YouTube, all it is more publicity for me. And unless you have something, Jen, more publicity for me?
Yep, more publicity for you.
Do you have anything before we end, or?
Don't think so, no.
The only thing I got to say at this point is it's one of those things where they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. That can be true, but at the same time it can be also not true. Now, for you, I would say this could be a good thing. A very good thing, my good sir. But all I can say is at this point is good luck on your
Could also turn you into PewDiePie. One obnoxious motherfucker.
Mess with me, YouTube. I dare you.
Do not become a freaking My Little Pony. Do not become a My Little Pony. I will smack you. I will try to Florida. If I have to walk to your house, I will find you and smack you if you become.
Why would I watch My Little Pony?
PewDiePie is not a My Little Pony.
Don't care. Sounds like one.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I'll link you after the show.
Oh. So, anyway, are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay. So, tomorrow I'm going to be premiering my second anniversary LP, and Jen's going to actually be connecting at the end of this video a preview for you guys. So, guys, sit back, enjoy, and please, I invite you guys to watch the premiere tomorrow.
And subscribe.
I will kill you.